Hello everyone, it's Paige and welcome back to episode 2 of our new series called Slump Busters. And in the first episode, you can go back and watch, we started on the range, did some drills, and now we're going to take what we learned on the range and apply it to the golf course. Having golf course anxiety is so incredibly real and also frustrating to deal with. And so we're going to tackle that together because I am currently in not a great space right now with golf, and we're just going to work through it. So let's get right on into it. We are at the beautiful golf course of University of Denver at Highlands Ranch. I'm out here all the time when I'm in Colorado, and if you're here, go check it out. It is always in amazing condition. The staff is awesome, so it's one of my favorite places. Check it out. And we're on the first tee where the first tee jitters start, so let's go. So we are starting on the 10th tee. We're going to play the back 9 today, and this is my first hole of the day, fresh out the car. I did not warm up, and this is going to sound a little crazy, but sometimes I actually like not warming up, and when I'm really struggling, just going straight to the first tee, because sometimes when I go to the driving range, I start to work myself up, and I try to hit bad shots, or things just don't go that well. And so for me, going to the first tee with no idea of how I'm hitting or any preconceived notions of what my game is going to be like or what I'm struggling with, it really kind of relaxes me. Getting a little older though, so the back gets a little tight, so maybe stretch a little bit first. But this is a wide open fairway, a really good tee to start on. I would say if you are struggling mentally with your golf game, pick a tee box that is maybe a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to play the whites today. Sometimes I play the whites or the blues, but since I am dealing with a little course anxiety, I'm going to pick a tee box that's a little bit easier for me. And we want to build confidence. That's what this is all about, is building confidence. And also pick a golf course that feels very comfortable to you. I feel very comfortable out here. I love this golf course, and so when I'm really struggling, I come out here. Well, I come out here all the time, but this is just a comfort course for me. And so if you're dealing with a lot of course anxiety, find a place that you want to feel your best at, and it's going to help you overcome your course anxiety. So driver on the first, we're just going to do a nice easy swing. I smoked that. We are off to a great start. Let's go hit our next shot. Okay, so I have 70 yards. I use my Blue Tees rangefinder, which I love. If you guys want to experience this in person, we're actually doing a really fun contest with Blue Tees right now where you can play around a golf with me. So I will link that down below in the description, but I have 70 yards, kind of a bit of a tucked pin for the first shot, well, second shot of the day on the first hole. So we're gonna play a little bit safer here and just hit a nice little controlled wedge. 70 yards, a little downwind. I'm going to hit a flighted 54. Nice, safe shot, and we're in the center of the green and have about a 15-footer for a birdie. I think one thing that's also really important to remember is if you have course anxiety is to not play the hero shot, right? Because this is a great example. See where the pin is. Obviously it's surrounded by water. This is a bit of a nervy type of shot, and so why would you go for the pin, right? Let's say you try to go for the pin, you push it just slightly, you're in the water, all of a sudden now you're scrambling to make your bogey, might make a double or more, and those big numbers are really going to enhance your course anxiety and make you feel even more anxious and shaky. And so for shots like that, just play towards the center of the green. Like, you can make pars just hitting some fairway center of the green. You don't have to try to pull off these amazing shots and press for birdies. And especially if you're feeling a little bit nervous, always go for the safe shot. And that's exactly what I did here. And now I've left myself an uphill, pretty easy putt. And if I make it, great. If I don't, hopefully I'll still 2-putt, make my par, go on. And that is the perfect way you want to start your round, is hitting a fairway, hitting a green, having a couple good putts, and then moving on. You don't want to start out with a big blow up because you tried to hit this incredible shot that maybe you can't always pull off. So always remember that, because that really does keep you more kind of steady throughout the round. You want to play very strategic, safe, boring golf is what I like to call it. And when your rounds are chaotic, that can really heighten all of your senses and your course anxiety. So playing safe will actually help you kind of keep everything more contained and not as like anxious, chaotic. So no style, hit the putt. We got our 2-putt, misread that just slightly. I didn't think it was gonna break that much, but it was good speed control. That's something also to really focus on, is I didn't leave myself kind of a nervy 3-4 footer on that first hole. So I tried just to nuzzle it up, got my par, and I'm feeling pretty calm. So let's go to the next hole. This is a par 5 at 490 yards. This is a par 5 that I can reach into if I hit a good drive, and a hole where I am expecting to make birdie. And so remember, when you go into holes like this where you're like, oh, it's an easy birdie opportunity, or I feel really good about this, sometimes it puts too much pressure on trying to hit a good drive, and then you hit a bad drive, and then it really gets to you because you're like, this is an easy hole, I should have made birdie. So again, even though you know that this is a scoreable hole where you can be a little bit more aggressive, always play what the hole gives you and still go through your routine. Don't try to hit the ball any farther, because sometimes when you try to swing faster, you don't hit the center of the club face, and hitting the center is what really makes the ball fly. So really stay within your own game. And your own pre-shot routine, very important. Also, if I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with my driver, one thing I like to do is tee it down a bit lower. I didn't on this one, but I'll show you. There's a couple tight drives on this back 9 that get me a little nervy, and I'll show you the technique that I do to try to hit the fairway. I thought that ball was going to draw, but it went a little bit to the right, so we'll be in the rough, but I hit it really well and the swing felt good. So even though it's not in the fairway, that was still a good, connected, strong swing, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so I have 210 into this green. This is also cool design. 210 into this green. A really good lie in this rough. I feel like I don't want to be long, a little shorter is okay. hit my 7 wood here. Okay, so I mooned that. I think I hit it on the top of the face. Yeah, it wasn't that bad of a swing. I think what happened was the ball was sitting pretty high up, and so I went down after it, and with the lie just the way that it was. So I'm not too upset about that. Obviously, I'm frustrated because I could easily reach the green, and I didn't get anywhere near it. But I'm still okay with my swing, so I'm just gonna let that one go. You really just gotta like let the bad shots go, because you're gonna hit a bunch of them during a round. I'm not lying when I said I literally hate that so bad. I have 86 yards in. I had 210 in, now I have 86 yards, which is fine, it's fine. We're working on our positivity right now. So I'm gonna hit a, we're gonna hit a 50 degree instead of my 54. I think sometimes when I have like course anxiety, I tend to like to lay off more shots and hit them more controlled. And so normally I'd probably hit my 54, but the 50 allows me to swing a little bit slower and focusing on good contact, which that's something I really need to work on when I'm on the golf course. Whether or not I have confidence or not, I get very quick, and taking one more for me allows me to swing a little bit easier and slower, which is really good for kind of recentering my game and my swing. So I'm gonna take the 50 degree here. But, wow. I always forget how really good the greens are here. You think because it's a public golf course, I was like, oh, they're gonna be really receptive. I hit that shot exactly how I wanted to, but since this course is pristine, the greens are actually quite firm and fast, and so I should have hit the 54 probably, but I am really happy with the way that I struck that shot. I executed exactly how I wanted to, so again, that's good for, you know, team morale when we're on the golf course. And even though it didn't turn out as close as I wanted to, everything else was A+. So let's try to make a putt. This is what I was talking about with how firm the greens are. So here's my ball mark, and if it spun, I would have been perfect, but it ended up rolling out quite a bit, and I had a 50. So again, a little on the downslope, but firm greens. I'll remember that. Using your ball mark is really important to course conditions, and so now I know that that's going to roll out. I'm going to play more towards the front of the greens and kind of let my shots roll out. Always remember too, you left a ball mark, you fix a ball mark. So you go out and in all around the divot, or pitch mark, ball mark. Big debate on what it's called in the comments down below. What do you call it? You never want to go in and lift up. You want to do little small ones and then tap it down. Like I was never here. So we're really going to focus on speed control here. 3 putts are a round killer and also a confidence killer. And so for a putt like this, which is a lag putt, a longer putt, I'm really going to focus on my speed. Obviously line is also really important, but speed, speed, speed. That way you don't want to leave yourself like a real tester. Great putt, great speed. For those tap-ins, they can be very nervy for some people. Sometimes I think thinking about it less is better. And so walk up, tap it in. I think when you mark it, line it up, it gets more nerve-wracking. If there's a lot of break or if it's downhill, take your time on it. But if it's just kind of an uphill, straight in putt, step up, hit it. Because again, the less you think about it, the better. And sometimes when you just step into it, you don't have time to think about all the horrible things that could happen if you miss it. You're just kind of being present and letting your athleticism take over, and you're stepping up and just knocking it in. So we made our 5, a little disappointed. I should have made birdie, but we're still in a good mindset, and that's what's most important. Okay, so this hole is 343 yards. I normally hit driver here, but I'm actually hitting it pretty long, and if I do so, the bunker on the left might come into play. So I'm gonna play a little bit smarter today, and I'm gonna take my 3-wood and try to hit the fairway. It's always the goal. You don't have to hit your driver too. Like most people have. For me, like sometimes I can get a little yippy with my driver, and everyone always says you have to hit your driver. You don't have to. You can play golf however you want to play golf. If you want to hit 7-iron off the tee, you can hit 7-iron off the tee. So also never forget that. Like if you have one club in your bag that you feel so good with, hit that club. Like you don't have to play golf the way that you're told to play golf. And that's what's so great about golf, is that you can play it any way because there's no pictures on a scorecard. So really just do what gives you confidence and what feels best to you. Really good shot there. Going back to what I was saying, I'm going to share some of my horror stories on the golf course, just so sometimes makes you feel better knowing that other people have been through this. But when I was playing golf professionally, I had the yips really bad off the tee. I'd stand up, it was going left and right, and I just didn't know where my golf ball was going. And so I had to hit 3-wood. So it was my first year playing professionally. I had to hit 3-wood off of every single tee, and not a full 3-wood because a full swing still gave me course anxiety, but this little half punch shot. And I actually won a mini tour event doing that. And so again, it goes back to like, play with what you're given that day. And for me, I knew I couldn't hit a driver. I didn't try to force the issue. I hit it long enough without. And so I just hit little punch 3-woods all day. And that's how I played golf for a year. And I got through it. You'll also get through it. But again, play with what you feel most comfortable. You're gonna have your A swing, your B swing, and sometimes you need your E swing because every other shot's not working for you. And so when you're out on the driving range, try to hit a bunch of different shots. So you know that you have, for example, like Tiger Woods, he had his Tiger Stinger. We all know that shot. That was a shot that he knew no matter what, he would execute and hit well almost every single time. And so make sure you have a backup swing or a backup shot or something that you do feel very comfortable on the days where it just nothing is going your way, because in golf that's going to happen no matter how much you practice or who you are or the course that you're playing. Some days you just go out there and it feels terrible. So always have a backup swing or backup shot that can save you. Okay, I have 101 into the screen. Again, a bit of a tucked pin. So I'm gonna play just towards the center here with my 50 again. Since I know they're not spinning as much, I'm going to take a club that's going to be more of the front yardage. I don't want to play it too close since there is a bunker in front of the pin and I don't want to be short-sighted. And so I'm going to go a little bit left of where that bunker is, so if I do hit it a little bit shorter, then I will still be totally fine. And sometimes you chunk it, but since I played it safe, I'm not in the front bunker. And so again, playing safe leaves you better leaves if you do miss hit a shot, because you're going to miss hit a shot. I have a habit of when I'm on the golf course to kind of step away from it too much and be reaching. And I think I was reaching on that shot and I knew it, but I had a really traumatic experience on the golf course recently, which actually stemmed this entire video idea. It was out here at Highlands Ranch, and I teed off on one, hit a great drive, shanked my pitching wedge, then made bogey, and then on the next hole, a par 5, reachable, love it, shanked my driver, OB, shanked another driver, hit an okay 3-wood, then I shanked another shot, and I just kept shanking. I couldn't figure it out. And what was happening was I was shanking thinking I was hitting it off the hosel because I was hitting it so bad. Turns out that I was hitting it so far on the toe because I kept moving farther and farther away from it. and before you know it, the entire golf ball was outside of my glove head. And so they were toe shanks, but they felt so horrible that it almost felt like it was off the hosel. And so I still have a little bit of like PTSD of hitting that shot, especially with my wedges, and I just didn't feel comfortable there because I still have that memory really ingrained in my body, because it was just very... Let me preface this by saying that this is a luxury to be able to play golf, and this isn't that big of a deal, and people go through actually traumatic events, but it's scary when you hit a shot like that and you're on the golf course and you don't know why, and especially if it's really early on in the round, you have the entire rest of the round to go through, you have to figure it out, and it just is such a unnerving feeling, and it kind of leaves a feeling inside you, and that's kind of where the course anxiety stems from, where you're standing on the tee and you're remembering the bad shots, and it's hard to let that leave your body. And so that's kind of what that shot was, and why I'm out here and trying to work on it, because for me it really is the wedge shots that, since I've hit so many toe shanks with them, I stand up and I still feel very uncomfortable. So we'll work through that the rest of the round, but again, it's just gotta work through it. Like, there's no way around it. You gotta work right through it, and sometimes it's uncomfortable and you're gonna play bad and you're gonna be frustrated, but you just gotta keep playing, you gotta keep trying. So we'll get them next time. Okay, so I didn't leave myself in the best spot, but I'm not short side in that bunker. Some tough pins today. So I'm gonna use my 54 and try to hit it on the hill and let it trickle down. Go. Okay, good. Good shot there. Again, I just played the safe shot and leave a little bit of a longer putt than I wanted, but I'll take it. What are you gonna do? Okay, so I have 134 in. This is actually a really tough pin. Pins are tough today. I'm mad at myself about that last putt because I heard carts coming and I was like, I just want to get this done before the carts come, because I get really self-conscious filming in public. I know, I've been doing this for 10 years and still it just makes me really anxious. And so I didn't actually go through my full routine. I didn't do my practice stroke behind. I stepped up and I was like, oh, a short putt, I'll be fine. But it was more of a challenging putt because it was a pretty big breaker. I stepped up, I was totally thinking of that, and I didn't focus on my shot, and that's on me. Like, not using an excuse, I'm just telling you what's going on in my brain, so hopefully it'll help you. And I should have backed off, taken a deep breath, gone through my routine instead of feeling like I had to rush it. So now what's really important is I'm a little frustrated. I made bogey, I shouldn't have made bogey. I had a couple bad shots there, and now we have a par 3, which I tend to struggle with par 3, so I'm not a fantastic iron player, and this is a very difficult pin. So we're going to try not to compound our problems, because what happens is you make a dumb mistake like that, you then carry it to the next tee, you hit a bad next shot, and then from there, that's where you start to spiral. And so I'm going to try to let that go, allowing myself to be frustrated, understanding what I did wrong, and then we're on a new tee box now. I need to let that go. I need to just let it go. This is one that you don't really want to fire at, so we're going to middle of the green down here. I just hit that 9-iron like 140 some yards. I just flew the green. I hit that so good. Very strong right now. It's hard to get, I'm mad. It's hard to not be mad because I did exactly what I wanted to do, but let's just try to get the up and down because we don't want to go back-to-back bogeys. That's our focus. Not be upset because we did execute the good shot, and let's use our short game to help save us. We need to make par here. So this is not where you want to be. You know, I didn't think I had I crushed that 9-iron, so now I have kind of a difficult shot here, a little downhill once it hits the green, so I gotta be pretty touchy with this shot. Decent amount of green to work with, so I'm probably gonna try to land it right here. One thing I want to make sure I definitely don't do is there's a huge ridge, it's a big two-tiered green here. I don't want to hit it anywhere long, so short is better here because I don't want to leave myself. When things go awry on a golf course, you want to just get out with this difficult shot. Like I don't want to compound my problems by trying to hit a hero shot. I talked about this earlier, and all of a sudden you have this crazy lag putt and you're looking double right in the face. So sometimes it's just about being smart, taking what the golf course gives you. Rough was super thick back there. Again, you just cannot miss it where I missed it, and that was almost as good as I could do from the lie that I had. So let's try to make a long putt. Okay. Bogey. This is why I've been a little frustrated with my, why I keep saying I'm in a golf rut, where sometimes golf just feels so easy. Even if you hit bad shots, you somehow make those putts, don't make the stupid mistakes. And right now I just feel like I just can't score. It's not that I'm necessarily hitting bad shots. We'll take the toe shanks out of it for a second, but that iron shot was one of the better iron shots I've ever hit, and I wasn't rewarded for it. I missed club because I kind of don't really know my distances right now because I'm hitting it so much better. And then that putt I left a little bit short, and I just was in a really tough spot, and so now I'm 2 over, where I really do feel like I should be like 1 under. I shouldn't have hit that bad shot. Oh, see, and this is what I do in my head, and I start spiraling. So we're just gonna end it here and go to the next hole before I get even more in my head, and we'll focus on the next shot, because that's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get your head being, what if, I should have done this, should have done that. You can't live your life like that, and you can't play golf like that. So you gotta be present. That's what I always try to tell myself, and don't look back, only look forward. It's actually very realistic and perfect timing. So I made a bad bogey, missing a short little 3-footer. I then made another bad bogey right after that, where I just bad course management. I know I said I hit that shot perfect, but I shouldn't even have put myself in that position to do that because of where the pin was. So on me, but another bogey. And then here, it's not a narrow fairway, it's actually a quite large fairway, but for some reason this tee shot never really sets up well for me. I get really nervous. So this is a shot that I'm gonna tell you about. I tee it down a lot lower and almost feel like I'm getting ahead of it and hitting a little bit of like a punch cut. That way I'll eliminate going left, and I don't need distance really on this one. I just need to find the fairway, and I don't really feel like hitting 3-wood because I also get nervous with my 3-wood on this hole. So it's better to hit drive or take a little bit off of it. We're gonna tee it down quite low. Normally this is where I would tee it up. As you can see, that's kind of like my normal tee height right there. And then for this shot, we're going to go right there. Perfect. So I stood a little bit closer to it. At the top, I felt like I was slightly shorter, and then I really tried to kind of like get my weight forward and keep it moving forward to hit it a little bit lower, and then I hold it off to hit a little bit of a fade, and that's kind of my go-to shot when I feel nervous. Tee it down lower, shorter backswing, more controlled, lean into it, and then hold it off. We have 89 yards in. One thing that's really cool about that shot is that it doesn't necessarily go shorter. It rolls out a ton. And so if you don't really have anything that you need to carry, I should probably be hitting this shot more than I do hit it, because that drive went a mile. I only have 89 yards in now. We're gonna attempt to hit the 50 again. You can't, oh, you can see the tip of it. I think that should be perfect. We'll see. It's blind shot right now, so I can't see, but hopefully it's on the green. I need some good vibes. Okay, I needed that. I got a little stuck in the ground. It was quite wet there, but now I have a good attempt for a birdie. Left myself in a great spot, and be a little aggressive with this one. Oh. I really misread that. Okay, we'll take it though. We stopped the bleeding, as they would say. We made our par. We'll take it. Fairway green, 2-putt. Can't get upset about that. Let's move on to the next hole. 390. It's another drive for me that just feels a little uncomfortable, but it's still pretty wide. So I'm going to do kind of the same shot I did on the last tee, where I tee a little lower and really try to get through it. Faded a little too much. I might be in the rough, but hit it really solid, and I really felt like I got through it, so I was really happy with that shot. Quite into the wind. I think I hit right into the rough, and so I didn't really get any roll on that one. Yeah, I did not hit that one very far. I've left myself now 160. Into the winds. Really good shot out of the rough. That's so thick. I took a little bit less club to let it roll out because I knew the greens were firm, fairways are firm. So out of the rough I knew it was going to tumble, and it played exactly how I wanted to. So I think it stayed on. It might have, I couldn't really see, it kind of rolled a little bit, but let's go find the next one. Okay, another lag putt. I knew it rolled out, but again, I'll take that. I don't really love like my longer irons. So to get that one, that shot where it did off that lie, I'm happy with that. So I just gotta focus in on our speed again here, really important. Oh, that's some good karma right there. We made it. We made it. Perfect speed, perfect line, and we made a birdie. And it's so funny how fast things can change, right? Like a couple holes ago, I was not in the best spot mentally. I think you could feel that too. I was getting a little frustrated because I felt like I was executing, but nothing was going my way. And I shouldn't have made that putt, and I made it. So there's gonna be times where you hit shots that are miraculous and incredible that you don't deserve to make, and then there's shots where you just get a bad break even though you executed perfectly. So you gotta take the good with the bad with golf, and this is like the perfect round for a Slump Buster series because it is like that, and you feel all of the emotions, good and bad, during a round of golf, and you just gotta stay as steady as possible and be patient because the good comes too. Oh, that was so exciting. Okay, let's go to the next hole. Come on. So we have 390. This is another drive that you have to be pretty accurate on. Again, it's wide, but it's this dog leg right and it kind of funnels down. You have to carry the bunker on the right side and you have to avoid the bunker on the left side. So even though it's a pretty wide fairway, you have to kind of place this one. So I'm going to try to hit it over that bunker on the right side, but I'm going to tee this one a little higher and swing a little bit harder because I do need to get some more lift on this ball. Oh, another thing too is that we talk about the feelings of after hitting a bad shot, how it can get you kind of anxious and you start to spiral. But after you make a birdie like that, your heart rate is elevated and you're excited, which makes you want to speed up a little bit more. So still try to take that same mentality of like cool, calm, and collected, because I can feel my heart rate a little elevated because I'm so excited that I made that putt. And I was like jumping up and down, and most people follow up a birdie like that with a bogey because, again, they're just so hyped up. So try to get your heart rate back down before you hit your next shot. I think it's perfect, so hit that one well and let's go find it. Fairway, which is always nice. Let's do... Okay, yeah, tough pin, really tough pins today. It's kind of this two-tiered green. It's on the back section of the green. I'm not going to make the same mistake that I made on the par 3 and kind of fire at that pin, that back number. I'm going to go more towards the center of the green. If it rolls up, because we know the greens are firm and fast, then great. If not, then I'll have a nice uphill putt. But I really don't want to be behind the screen chipping back up because I will be short-sighted and it's just a hard shot. So I definitely have plenty to carry the bunker that's in front of the green, and it should be the perfect number. Really great shot there. What I've been working on is I get really in my head with my swing, mostly just because I've been telling myself I'm a bad iron player for years, and that kind of like seeps into your body and your mind. And so what I've been doing is I've been doing practice swings, really loose and free. And then when I step up to the ball, I just try to mimic that feeling of like a practice swing. Instead of looking at the ball and trying to hit the golf ball, I'm trying to swing through the golf ball. And that's really helped me, I feel, because sometimes when I'm on the course, I get here, I get really tentative and I kind of like struggle through the follow through, but I'm just trying to feel like loose and free, and I feel like I really executed on that shot. It felt good off the face. I had the perfect number, did exactly what I thought, kind of ran up that hill, left me in a great spot, and now I have a tap in for my birdie, which is it's exciting. Again, it's just so crazy how like your whole round can turn around. I had back-to-back bogeys, now I've had back-to-back birdies, and my confidence is so high. And so try to remember what the feeling is like when golf feels easy and you feel good, and try to bottle that up, because my mentality 4 holes ago was completely different than it's now, and like the feelings that I have in my body are different, the way I approach the shot is different. And so like when you're feeling like this, write it down on your phone and be like, this is what I'm feeling, these are my swing thoughts, this is what my body is reacting to. Like really try to just feel it, so that next time when you're struggling, you can really try to recreate the feeling of when you're feeling good. So golf is so much fun. Okay, 144, finally an easy pin placement for one of the greens. They usually will tuck it back on that left side of the corner, and usually they have the whites of tee box back, so this is quite a treat. I think I might be shooting the, I think I shot it. Okay, it's actually 126. Honestly, those 2 birdies, my hands are a little jittery. It's 126. When you start to have some good vibes going, you tend to hit the golf ball a little bit farther. So keep that in mind too, where you swing a little bit more free and you're just feeling yourself, so the ball tends to fly. Okay, so we'll discuss up at the green. So that shot. So I had to hit my pitching wedge, and my pitching wedge has been like my nemesis club. That's the one that I've been hitting toe shanks and hosel shanks with. There's just something about it that is just not feeling comfortable. I actually don't know if I need to. It feels a little bit like it's a club issue, like there's something off with it. Because I'm just hitting it so bad every time I hit it. So that one I mishit it. This one also wasn't that great, but I think it was in my mind that's like, hey, I don't like this club. And you have to hit it perfect, and then I just kind of like lifted out of it, but still not too bad, and I can get up and down. I missed it at a good spot. I missed it short, which was what I wanted, so I don't think it'll be that bad of an up and down. Kind of looks like my ball landed here and then spun backwards. Yeah, so I'm just down here. The rough is pretty thick and juicy, but it's uphill, so I'm gonna try to land it kind of right here. I want to leave myself another uphill putt, so I don't want to be too aggressive on this shot. That's perfect. Smart play there. Gave what the course, I took what the course gave me. Wasn't too aggressive. Left myself in a good spot. I knew it was going to be uphill. Totally fine. A par. We are even. We've had 2 birdies, 2 bogeys, and let's go to the last hole today. Finishing par 5. I love this hole. It's a birdie hole, so we should hit a good drive here and hopefully make birdie. Oh, that was perfect. Exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, so 206. Plays uphill. How am I going to hit 206? Normally my 7 wood, but since it's playing uphill, I might hit my 5 wood here. I think it's going to play more like 215. That's perfect. I think we should be on the green, and we'll have an eagle putt to wrap this round up. So I'm a little short. They have been watering, so in the beginning the greens were a little bit more firm and fast in kind of the front areas, and this one wasn't as much since it was a little bit wet, and I took some off my 5 wood because I just didn't think I could get 7 there, and 5 was too much, so I just left myself in the front of the green. Totally fine. We won't have a putt for eagle, we will have a chip for eagle, and hopefully we'll chip it close and make our birdie. It's pretty uphill, and the pin's kind of, it tears up a little bit, and the pin's right on the tier. Since I'm hitting my 58, I'm going to land it almost right in front of the tier and let it roll up. Unfortunately, I hit that thin, so it didn't check. Not a good shot, really, at all. So let's go try to make our birdie. Okay, even par. 2 bogeys, 2 birdies. I feel like we were really smart with the way we worked ourselves through that round and through our golf course anxiety. So I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to leave a comment down below, like today's video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. I really hope you enjoyed this type of video. It was fun for me to do, and it was fun to see the ups and downs. So plenty more to come.